Hello, everybody, and it's been a while, but we are doing Mid-Atlantis Championship Wrestling today. We've got a big show for you in the main event. Demolition Derby, defending those IFC Duos belts against Neutron and Proton, the Galactics. Stu Masters is going to be in action against JJ Houston. Mr. Grappling is taking on Mr. Irrelevant. Lazer Man is going to be in action against Jr Leatherface. Space Invader 1 and Space Invader 2 are taking on Rocket Riot and Robbie Rocket. Junior Beefy and Mr. Beefy are taking on Franklin and Frederick. Disturbed Youth and Shane Studd, representing the ZDL, are taking on Jay and PB Hammond-Ager. And our opening bout of the week features JJ Strife taking on Dewey Dropkick. So that is our opening bout, and we're going to roll for initiative here. Okay, so Dewey's going to start us off because that's neither man's fast forward. 2, missed dropkick. Okay, so that means opponent's going to roll on positive because he wiped out. So JJ Strife on offense here for Strife of Life. Sorry, I got to read this one a little far away. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6 will end this for Dewey. Okay, he gets a 3. And he has a 0, but we're going to roll it anyway, just because that's what I do. And that is it. Your winner of the match is JJ Strife. JJ Strife picking up a much-needed win this week on Mid-Atlantis Championship Wrestling. And we're going to go to our next bout. And it is going to be Disturbed Youth. Shane Studd, the former Terminal Velocity champion, taking on Jay and PB Hammond-Ager. So let's roll here, and we're going to see who's going to start us off. So, Shane is going to start the match off for the ZDL, and Jay Hammond-Ager is going to start off for the Hammond-Agers. So we're going to roll here for initiative. That's a tie. Neither man's fast forward, and Shane's going to start us off. 1, Rumble rating. Shane is a +3. Jay is a -3, so it's going to be a 5 and a 3. So Shane's going to go again. 2, T-bone suplex. 3, hit. 2, T-bone suplex. 3, hit. 3, belly-to-belly suplex. Okay, so a 3 and an even, or, well, pretty much any roll is going to end this, but let's go here. Okay, so that's it. Now, a 7 or an 8 will save Jay on the power. And it doesn't work. So your winners are Disturbed Youth and Shane Studd, picking up a quick victory here to get into the win column. So we're going to stay in the duos division. And it is going to be Junior Beefy and Mr. Beefy taking on Franklin and Frederick. So let's roll to see who's going to start us off here. And it's going to be Mr. Beefy and Franklin starting this bout off. See if they go a little longer than the last one here. Gonna roll for initiative. So 6 and 3. That's neither man's fast forward. 4, out of time lock. 7. That is gonna bring Frederick in on defense. Okay, 6, quantum leap. And a duo match. So this becomes Beauty and the Beef. Okay, so that's going to be an odd. So an odd will put this away. We'll put this away. Okay, gets a 3 here. So he needs a 6, a 7, or an 8 to stay alive. And he doesn't get it. your winners of the match are Junior Beefy and Mr. Beefy. Some quick matches to start this week off so far. Okay, so we're going to go to our next bout here. And it is going to be Space Invader 1, Space Invader 2, taking on Ricky Riot and Robbie Rocket. Gonna roll for initiative. Well, that's who's gonna start us off. So Space Invader 1 and Robbie Rocket are gonna start this bout off. Roll for initiative here. Okay, so Robbie Rocket's gonna go first. No one's fast forward. So 6, rock and roll over. 3, pop. Let's see what the star is here. After 3. Okay, so on this card, if he rolls his pop 3 times, they auto lose. Okay, so he's safe there. So he's got 1 roll there. Okay, 8. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so an odd. So he's got to avoid an odd here, because they're hitting the double drop kick on him. Okay, so we're going to roll here. And he's safe, but 1 more will finish him off. And he's done. Okay, so he hits it's going to be the double drop kick, but that's 3 pop attempts. So your winners of the match by TKO are the Rocket and Riot Express. So quick matches so far this week. So we're going to go to our next bout. And it is going to be Lazer Man taking on Jr Leatherface. And we're going to roll for initiative here. Okay, so he's a... What's this say? Okay. So he's good. No one there. So Junior Leatherface is going to start us off for Rumble rating. And Lazer, both men are +2s. So we're going to roll here. Both men are +2s on their Rumble. And Junior Leatherface is going to stay on offense. 1, Face Ripper. 6, pop. Got to avoid a 4 here. He gets a 6. 2, Bone Clamp. 3, Lazer Man's taken over. 4, Rumble rating. And Junior Leatherface going back on offense. 4, Rumble rating. And Junior Leatherface is going to stay on offense there. 6. Okay. So 4 and a 5 is what what Lazer Man has to avoid after the saw blazer here. And he gets a 1, so he's safe. 5, ear contortion. 1, block. 3, flying body crash. 6, pop. Got to avoid a 4 here. Gets a 2. 6, saw blazer. Okay, he's got to avoid a 4 and a 5 here. He gets a 4, and he needs a 5 to stay in this match. And he does not get it. So your winner of the match is Junior Leatherface. I wonder what he weighs. 227, so he could theoretically... I could theoretically have him challenge for the junior title, because the weight limit in the IFC is 235. I might consider that. That would be interesting if he got the junior belt, just having a hardcore brawler as the junior champion. Okay, so it's time for our next bout, and it is Mr. Grappling versus Mr. Irrelevant. So we have, so Mr. Irrelevant here has a roll. So before each fight, we're going to roll a d6 here. Okay, so it is a 2. So it's a 1, 2. So we're going to use the first set of numbers on everything. So we get the weaker version of Mr. Irrelevant here. Going to roll for initiative. And that is actually Mr. Irrelevant's fast forward here. So we're going to roll as the fast forward. So Mr. Grappling's got to avoid a 4 here. Gets a 3, so he survives that. Mr. Irrelevant on offense. 5, Horned Frog Splash. 3, Mr. Grappling on offense. 5, Cyclone Roll. So this is going to be a 4 or 5 that Mr. Irrelevant needs to avoid here. Gets a 2. 5, Cyclone Roll again, so a 4 and a 5 he's got to avoid. Gets it. 5, Cyclone Roll again, so he's got to avoid that 4 and 5. Okay, he gets a 5. He needs a 2 to stay alive. And he doesn't get it. Your winner of the match is Mr. Grappling. I have to change this out. He's weird. can't really... Sorry, you can't hear it or see it, but like Mr. Irrelevant's case was like, you could feel it catching on the mat here. I was trying to see if he had like a jagged thing, and it's really hard to tell. Okay, so next up we have Stu Masters against JJ Houston, former scientific champion, against JJ Houston, who has been pretty successful here in Mid-Atlantis. Okay, so a 3 and a 2. Neither man's fast forward, but Stu's going to go on offense here. 1, cross knee lock. 5, block. 2, Argentine backbreaker. 2, JJ Houston on offense. 2, tragedy comedy. So that's a 2 and a 4 that Stu's got to avoid here. So we're going to roll. Gets a 5. Okay, so he's good. 1, Windy City Express. 4, Stu Masters on offense. 4, belly to back suplex. 1, hit. 3, Grizzly Bear hug. So that's an odd. So the only thing that's going to save JJ here is a 2 and a 6. Okay, he gets a 3, so he needs a 4 to stay alive. And he doesn't get it. So your winner of the match is Stu Masters. Stu Masters picking up a victory here. And we're going to go to our main event. So coming out first, we have Danny Demo and Scott Derby, the Demolition Derby. And they are defending the IFC Duos Championship against Neutron and Proton, the Galactics. The Galactics won a gauntlet match to get here, so we're going to roll to see who's going to start off for both teams. It's going to be Scott Derby and Neutron starting us off. The Galactics are an interesting team for me. They get into these title situations quite frequently because they win decently and then they choke. So we're going to see if that holds true here. Okay, so we just rolled Scott Derby's fast forward. So 1 and a 2 will end this. We'll get Neutron in trouble here. Gets a 5, so he's safe. Derby starting us off. 6, Derby DDT. 5, Pop got avoid a 1. Gets an 8. 7, we'll just do the 2. So 1 and a 2 is what he's got to avoid here. Gets a 3. 7. We'll keep the 2. So 1 and a 2 is what he's got to avoid here. Gets an 8. 7, same thing. 1 and a 2. Gets a 6, and we're just going to have Derby tag Demo in here. And he's going to go on offense. 2, blatant choke. 1, block. 6, grinding bear hug. 5, Pop. Got to avoid that 1. Oh, he gets a 1. He needs a 2, a 7, or an 8 here. And he doesn't get it. Your winner of the match, and still IFC Duos champions, Demolition Derby. Well, it's nice to have gotten a Mid-Atlantis show in after quite a few months off. I'm going to try and do this show fairly regularly again. I'm kind of trying to figure stuff out with content right now, but I do definitely want to do this more. But thanks for watching as always, and I will catch you next time.